So we took 24 little machines this summer to the school we built, and this is what we were able to do. Believe me, I've watched it more than
Where did you go?
YouTube.
They all have
Okay,
hair
finally.
short. Partly
So.
because
Also,
nobody is healthy enough to have hair. So those,
no, it's just those tabs. I don't know why there are multiple tabs. Okay, sorry about that. There we go. Let me turn off the screen share here so we can. All right, switch over to the camera. Turn the lights on.
Sure. So that, some of you saw that at the meeting in August. This was created from photos that I took the day that we passed out the computers. And we had not yet been able to build a charging station. But David can share what's happened since August. And if there, well, first, if there are any questions, or then you can share what's happened since August, and you can have questions after.
Have they been charging the laptop since July somewhere?
That's what David said. Yes.
So we installed solar, that's in,
That's, yes, so,
You might as well get your picture.
that
Done,
maybe you might as well just.
so-
And then we can answer questions.
so,
Very
so,
Thank
yes,
you.
well, actually, go back to the charging station. So this is the charging station. This is what they built, and then the next one shows you, because it's just metering what's going on. And so that's built, it's operational, it works.
That was basically underwritten by him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah,
She just sort of pulled out her checkbook.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Well, what is that? Is that, are those charge controllers or are those inverters?
Those are the charge controllers. It's a solar charge controller.
All right.
And yeah, I want to mention, Camille, you got this started when you were in Shirati, and
On a sister mission to the hospital. There's a
Yeah.
hospital in Shirati, and I was part of the volunteer effort to bring medical supplies to the hospital. As a side event,
yes.
I decided to visit the school and say, would you guys like this? Yes. So that's how this started. I came and visited one of the meetings right before I left. And I said, I'm going in 3 weeks. And Alan started telling me to try something to carry there. So that's how it started.
Right.
So
So this is what Hillary built this, and then we have cabinet for storing the computers, and that can also be charged in this cabinet.
But those are AC chargers, so you've got AC
You
power?
have an inverter.
How, are you using those things on the top to charge the laptop?
I actually don't know.
I was looking at their budget earlier and they didn't have an inverter, so.
Oh, so then they got, so my question becomes redundant.
Yeah. Until the inverter breaks.
Until the inverter breaks.
It's cabinets people need, so
Oh,
it's good.
that's
Well, I don't think it's good, but, because they waste power going to,
That too. No, your question.
But it's a-
is
it's a-
$1.
but it's a done deal, so it's.
It's got tags on there. Is that for identification? It's for numbering or?
No, those are my tags, those are. the
Oh, that's
broken-
yours. Okay.
Those are the broken ones, that is their fault.
Why didn't you bring them back?
Because they're for
Oh, it's paper.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good idea. There needs to be
It needs to
a
be not
supply of
Yeah.
machine.
Well, Chris said
Yeah.
that 40% of your machine should be for spare parts.
Oh,
40%?
Yeah.
wow.
That's pretty high. Maybe for using, black machines, but not.
OLPC was one per 100. This is the 500.
Under 40%.
So where are they charged?
I'm not sure how, I mean, this is
Oh,
apparently
that's-
mobile, and,
Oh.
and so it's, the idea is it's secure, so you can close the doors, and it's safe, and they can move it. But, these are the only photos that I got of it. So, I mean, I haven't been there.
So hopefully they can be charged while they're sitting
Yes,
in
yes,
there.
they can, yeah, that's.
I know that's the idea, but
Yeah,
have
they
we
can.
Supposedly that's what's
set it up
happening.
that way?
It's set up and it works, that's what I'm
Okay,
That's all.
told, because they've been using them in classes.
so they are charged from here,
Yeah,
Or
and
you
then
do
this
it
is
with-
locked down.
Do you
yeah.
know what kind of plugs they have? Is it the British ones or is it the North American? Okay, they said British and you said non-British, so who's the other?
Well, then, I mean, they're three-pronged and the prongs are at angles.
Oh, it's
For the electric
Yeah.
system.
okay.
So those plugs aren't gonna work.
Well, they installed their own.
We got those other, what? They sent you gave
Oh,
us.
yeah, the big cables, yeah, yeah, so you can then run your own connectors.
So this was just, they were
Do those
shipped
bricks
with-
tolerate 220 as well as 110?
Yeah, they're
So the
also,
plugs are 110, but the device itself can take 220.
so,
So you're not using the big tank.
You know, I honestly, I don't know.
These are
Because
just
all this
questions
stuff,
that were-
It sounds
These
like
are
what
the
they're
questions
doing.
you'll have to answer when you.
and you can, I mean, we can.
No, but it's important to know these things if you can ahead of time, because if you've got those plugs, rather than buy a whole bunch of those new plugs, you want to buy a bunch of these,
Uh-huh.
the power strips, yeah.
and you simply change the part that goes into the wall, cut it off and put a British one on. But that by itself isn't enough, because I've been there, done that, and there's circuitry in here. So
Okay.
you gotta take this apart and make it a direct pass-through, and otherwise it'll blow, it'll,
Oh, okay.
because I,
Jerry must know.
the
Yeah.
Hilton
Yeah.
Hotel,
This is all solar.
say again?
This
This
is
is all
solar.
solar.
No, but they're gonna charge it from DC, from AC.
Right, but they could bring whatever box, they could bring their American box if they wanted to.
American DC book.
Right. Whichever way of fixing it is the one that's mostly like.
No, but if they're already charged, oh, so you think they've got 110?
So if they're using an inverter, just make sure whatever inverter they're using
Right,
is the
yeah.
right one.
So if the inverters were doing 110, then you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's in Tanzania, I presume this is put together in Tanzania?
Yes. And it was
So
by a
what's it gonna
Tanzanian
be?
engineer.
There's no problem with
Yeah.
220.
Say again?
I mean, if they put it together locally, then they should be fine, because they would have all the pieces they need.
No, but they can't plug those things in, so
Oh,
they gotta
yeah,
be thinking about it.
Unless the engineers were smart and
Yeah.
like looked at the plugs when
Yeah.
they were setting up the system.
Chances are pretty good they do.
I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully.
I mean, one of the things I've seen is that stuff that's built locally is, at least in the places
So
I've been,
even though Tanzania
they have to deal with
has
so many
the
different problems that they actually tend to do a much better job than what we would imagine, because they know what the options are, they know what works and what does not.
Tanzania probably does a
Well,
lot
I'm
of
just
that
trying to
stuff
anticipate the problems that you're gonna run into,
Yeah.
and I think they're telling you you're not gonna run into them, and I'm not sure that's good advice.
Okay.
It's not just like
Well,
plug, yes,
solar
but this
energy at
plug is
school.
a physical.
I
Yeah,
know it
but it
is.
doesn't matter.
But for-
Okay, what matters if they can't plug it in.
I think what you're bringing up is, I mean, questions that obviously I can't answer at all, but I think there are questions we can ask. If we get the questions written down,
Yeah,
we can ask them and get answers.
I
And
think
that's
I have
probably
Because these
the
are all
direct
simple
experience.
problems to solve, but if you don't find out that there is a problem until you get there,
Right,
it's gonna be a big problem.
absolutely, no, that's why I think if somebody can write down the questions, we can get the answers. And it's just knowing the questions to ask. So I don't know.
I've kind of been there, done that.
Okay, yes,
And, okay, so these guys are 120 or 220 or 110, so the voltage is not an issue. Plugging in is an issue because these are US plugs. But, and I'm sure you can get them in Africa, we can get them here in the US actually. You can get a power strip where the plugs will take either Euro, US, or
They
UK.
would,
have
yes.
adapters.
yeah.
And there's
yeah.
special ones for South Africa. I don't know that you're on South Africa, you're maybe more on the UK.
We're more on UK, but we've got a lot, there's a lot of
Yeah.
those strips
Right.
that take,
Right, we use those in India as well, where the receptacle is designed where it don't take any kind of prong because of the way the sizes are. Because, people bring a mishmash of, in fact, in India, the power strips actually come from China, where they'll take the US plug, they'll take the India plug, they'll take the European, one of
You
those.
need to be careful because some of those Chinese power strips are not well designed and so.
Well, there you don't have a choice because the Home Depot doesn't exist there, so you just get what you get, you know?
Belkin makes the same kind of power strip,
Yeah.
but much better quality, so I
But
decided to
higher
go to the
price.
Belkin ones.
Yeah, well, you have to take it from here. I'm talking about locals there. I mean, they have no choice. They get
Yeah,
what
but-
they get.
You put that in your bags and,
Yeah.
But what
$300
most of the
ticket.
schools that I've been involved with do is we write a local inventory code, which is typically like a Cole St. Jacobs ESJ 001, ESJ 002, ESJ 003. And we put it in a magic marker or some permanent marker here. And what happens is when they're in that, the kids now know which is their laptop,
Yeah,
because that gives them a chance to see.
which they haven't been differentiated.
You know.
Oh,
They're not tracking, I mean, that whole thing that you.
So they just hand them
talked
out
about.
randomly.
At this point, yes, I mean,
Many schools,
and keep in mind, this is brand new, like.
Yeah,
just-
In very remote areas.
And the teachers
so
themselves.
let's say last year I did one in Tanzania, near Arusha is relative, like you're near something, but, you know, we're talking 30 miles.
You did
Yeah,
you
no,
did
no,
Lesotho
yeah.
too. You did Lesotho too.
Yeah, Lesotho was strictly solar powered.
Right.
Like, there was no
Very
power within
remote.
100 miles of there. I mean, when it got dark, you went to bed because that was the game, right?
Yeah,
But that was kind of interesting too. And may run into this. The first one, Janissa got overkill, so she had huge batteries, great big inverter, and so on. But when you went into the office in the morning, there were at least 8 to 10 chargers, cell phone chargers.
Cell phone
plugged in. So
chargers.
all of the available plugs
Right.
in the office were already used up.
yeah, that's,
So one advantage of not having an inverter is that you can avoid that particular issue. And in Lesotho, there was a neighbor close to where I was staying. They had a business. They had put up a solar panel, and people in the neighborhood would come in and pay them to charge their
Right.
cell phones.
The local guy out of business.
Yeah.
So my question is, once we got past introduction,
Yeah.
what is happening with that?
yes, so, so now that, I thought it was interesting because, you were talking about, ICT classes, information communication and technology. And so the kids, at this point, there are like, it sounds like about 110 kids are enrolled in an ICT class.
Really?
Yeah.
They're created because of the.
Yeah,
Really?
and so these classes, there's a standard sort of curriculum,
Uh-huh.
which they're not following, but it's called ICTs. And of course, that's where they get their computer training, and as I was told, almost no public school has any computers. So they're learning all of this through pictures, except our kids.
Our kids,
In
in our
this-
school, extremely.
Yeah, I
desirable.
mean, yeah, so they're really using computers and the way
So
they're,
the class is being taught by who?
I don't know which teachers.
Okay.
I mean,
And the teachers and the kids are about the same level. I mean, I think
Yes.
they're all playing and learning.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, almost none of the teachers.
So from the headmaster's or headmistress's point of view, and whoever's next up, the fact that the kids are in a room using the computers is sufficient for ICT training. You know, it doesn't really get very regulated until you get to the high school level. And in the end, 90% of the kids are going to be taking a test, an ICT standardized test, where they've never touched a computer. So as I read the book, and I know how to answer the questions. And so
Yeah.
these kids at least have a hand-on knowledge.
Yes, and I have to say, the teachers and kids are very excited, they're very enthusiastic. And right now it's third through fifth grade, and the lower grades that kids want to take the classes.
Of course.
So that it's all, I mean, it's a great thing. The teachers want computers, of course, of their own. And the way they've been approaching it is the teachers, walk through the class, they see what the kids are doing, they, very good, or maybe you could try doing this. Do you have any questions? So it's pretty much on that level. And one of the things that you may be aware of is sort of like, this is not just a class on learning to use computers, but it'd be good for them to focus on something like, since it's an English language school, on learning English.
Right.
So that could be something actually that they get their kids to work on, or other specific topics. But I thought that was really an important point.
Like, what Samir did is very important, because one of the real big problems we have in Rwanda, but I think Tanzania is probably not much different, is the science learning is strictly from the book, answer the questions. And anything we could do like this to give them some hands-on,
Yes.
Yeah.
real
Fabulous.
empirical ideas. I mean, the school had no meter stick. You wanted to measure something. There wasn't a meter stick in the school. Let's show you.
So how's the internet access there?
Well, this is the thing, that was another point that you were making, is, you know, it goes through the cell phone
Okay.
facilities, and it's very expensive, and it's a big problem.
One of the things I'd really like to get in place on the school server this year is email. Just within the school.
Yeah,
The kids
yeah.
could then talk to each other, and then maybe find some way that we could batch up email to go outside the world that you could take to an internet cafe and ship out. Maybe that mechanics used to have at UUCP, but I don't know how you do that today.
Oh, you can still do it, yeah.
And give the kids some chance to communicate with the outside world.
Yeah, amazing.
I mean, you're looking at Rwanda, they're approaching 100,000 laptops deployed. And you never on the email list see anyone from Rwanda, never. And yet the goal is to show that Rwanda is technically capable of contributing in the technical world. They gotta get their name in the, you know.
There's a lot of interesting pilot solutions that will do like test energy. Like Outernet is one project that's trying to fix some of the really remote areas where the internet is just not reaching.
But these technical people in Rwanda have fiber optic connection to the internet. They have gazillion gigabytes per, I don't know.
Oh.
The issue is they don't have the confidence in their own capabilities to enter into the global communication.
Or they just have to write emails to you. You don't have to be that
That could be
possibility
good.
too.
But they need to be visible if they're going to accomplish the goal, which is to establish that they know what they're doing.
The goal might be a bad goal, but you know.
The
we can get
president
to
of
that later.
Rwanda says, "Thou shalt do this, you will do
That does
this."
not mean that it's a good goal.
That could be.
So, yeah, the other thing I was, was saying, internet access is expensive, and then even if you got it, it's not a lot of the time. It's not working a lot.
Yeah, very right. People, I think of the old days when we used to have to dial up on the phone. Because you
Yeah.
get, and it's about that way, you just have to restart the connection and go back and get yourself organized. You get about every 20 minutes.
Yeah, and there may be several days.
And one big advantage of running the server on this kind of a system is that you've got the battery backup built in. But the electricity on the grid is very erratic in this area, and so you really need a UPS. And the one we bought, the cheapest one we could find, they're too heavy to cart, so you really have to buy the UPS local because of the heavy battery that's in
You're
there.
not allowed to do on airplanes either.
Well, those are lithium.
Oh,
I mean, you could ship a regular, UPS, but you don't want to because they're heavy, and you're going to pay a hell of a lot for that. But the point is, these things have a horn, and so when the power goes off,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
horn, and so you end up shutting down the school server just so you can shut off the damn horn.
Yeah, we had one in India where it wasn't a horn, but it was this annoying beep. And so they would put like layers of tape on that little pocket
Yeah.
so that you would not hear the beep. It was basically
Why
telling you
don't
the
they
power's
ever
gone.
just can't shut that off? I don't know.
can't you just make it shut down automatically, like 5 minutes after the power goes out?
You can, but you pay a little extra, then you get an either RS-232 or
Or
a
a USB,
USB plug that you can plug into your machine. But then the server has to have software to recognize what they're getting over this. So, and that's not off-the-shelf software for a Linux system.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple that are like that, but I've never gone through the extra effort of figuring out how to connect that up.
Yeah.
But basically, it's the horn that ends up being nobody can last long enough as a battery, so. But it's very good because you don't want a server to shut down abruptly if you can avoid it.
So you're going to put a server at some point?
Yes, that's what Alex said.
Rachel thing or something like that.
Yes.
So is that power set up close to where the
That was the
machines are
question
used?
we were trying to figure out.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure that out.
So how close is the charging station to the classroom? They don't.
Well, that's what we
Don't know yet.
we don't really
Well,
know.
we can
Yeah.
put it in the closest classroom, which is where they had it in August. and
Mhm.
Probably about 100 feet.
Yeah, that's easy. But the way we've been doing it is you run an Ethernet cable from where the server is located out to the router, which you put in the classroom. Then the signal in the classroom is good. And if you've got a 220, then it's basically what we do is we run the Ethernet cable alongside it, we run the power cable to the classroom. And we try to run the power cable to the router off the US UPS. So then you can keep the network up even if you get a short intermittent drop, because the power is coming from the same source.
So this is,
This is all really important.
yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna be, actually,
And a
it's gonna be.
typical router,
It's
if
gonna be a
it's
big
not concrete construction, if it's wood construction, you put it in the middle classroom and the ones on either side can get it equally well.
Mhm.
The signal strength is strong enough. If you get a heavy, like we had one where they had a concrete floor between two floors of the building. And we had to put a router on both floors
Yeah.
because there was no way to get through that concrete.
Yeah.
What's the construction used? What are the walls?
Brick.
So they are masonry.
Yeah.
So you want the, you want the device inside the place?
Well, rain and other,
Are there brick windows, right?
Yes,
And the windows don't have glass that is open.
right.
So in Haiti, like, this is getting into a lot of like router networking magic stuff. And it's really hard to tell, but we've worked with all the schools in Haiti are built out of cinder blocks. And we've really had very few issues with, normally there's like a first and second floor, so we put the router on the second floor and the whole campus gets it.
Wow.
Like the whole area, and inside classrooms that are made of cinder block because there's these windows with like very large split openings.
Yeah.
So, good, I don't know, you should get maybe someone
Yeah,
to,
there's only one floor.
But we only have one floor,
yeah,
but we should get Jerry.
Yeah.
Because you're only anticipating one classroom.
Yeah.
right, exactly.
So if you put it in that classroom, then
And, yeah.
But they can probably put the router in, they can keep the router right next to the battery supply. Probably, and still get it in the classroom.
it's about, I'm thinking 200 to 300 feet.
Yeah, that's about
Sound
it.
true.
Yeah.
But if you have some heavy barrier in the way, then you're not gonna get that much.
It really depends on the battery.
Yeah, we don't have.
But they're $20 for a router, so.
Yeah, it's
One
just
more.
they don't have people, they hired someone to do the wiring.
And you didn't understand about Ethernet, probably.
Right, so they'd have to pay someone to be doing this, and then, yeah, it's adding an extra weird.
So do you have somebody going sometime soon to location?
Well, actually, Milton is going in December.
You also have like a phone
Um,
number presumably, like you could call someone at the
Oh,
school.
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's on the phone with them all the time.
You can ask them next time you're on the phone with them,
Yes,
these
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah. No, we will.
but we do have somebody going December 4th,
Yeah.
one of our board members.
How long are they gonna be there, you think?
Maybe a month or two. He's from this village.
Ah.
So,
Because I'll be in Rwanda most of December and January. Because the school's there, I think like maybe yours do the same, they started January. that
Yes.
first.
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
So December is the best time to get the teachers ready for the new school year.
Exactly.
Dr. Elbow after that.
Yeah.
And so I try to do my workshops then, and I'm gonna try to stay a little longer this year to get an idea of how it goes after the kids come to the class, and see how things are
We may
working.
be very.
So there might be a
close to
chance
our-
I
you
can
may
come
be
over.
close to our village, but we're right at Lake Victoria.
That's a good place. Yeah, the one that I did this past year, and it was up in Arusha, so under Kilimanjaro, so that wasn't a bad place either. Really beautiful weather at that time of year. It doesn't change much all year round, does it? Because you're right on the equator.
Yeah, right.
February, okay.
Well, the reason I was asking was, when you decide to take either any kind of a server for that location, if if we know the timeframe, then we can work on what needs to happen to get that ready
Yes.
and then, ship it off.
Yes.
And are you writing down all these questions?
No, because I didn't understand enough. No.
That's the, yeah, that's the thing, we need to get the questions written down so we can ask Jerry or Fred.
Yeah, and we can make a list of those.
That's beautiful, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, that would
We're
be
not
perfect.
technical.
Well, all the best.
It's very exciting.
Yeah,
I mean, it is
it's-
really fun to
yeah.
hear from the people there that, everybody wants to come to our school now.
So I'm hoping that it's not as hard to gather the tuition.
That's going much better. Yeah, the tuition is about $3 per local. No. No, oh, we haven't raised it yet.
No, it's fine. It
Five,
was $5.
Did you guys raise it?
not yet.
Are you the only school in the area?
No, there's a government school and they're,
And they're free.
they're free, but they're very poor. And what our school offers is, it's an English medium school, and in order to go to high school, you have to pass an English exam, and the government school is very adapted English. So it sort of caps the opportunities.
Samir, can you put this village on Google Maps? Because I've tried to look for it and I could find the hospital, but I couldn't find the school. Maybe you could show us where the school.
No, I don't
Oh,
know
it's-
if Yamagongo.
Yamagongo is about 2 miles from Shirati.
No, but I was able to Google
Oh,
Yamagongo,
did?
and it showed up on Google Maps. And I found a hospital, but there was no mention of any school.
No, it's
Are
not.
you allowed to
Hospital.
edit Google Maps?
Huh?
You can edit Google Maps.
No, don't edit, just show us where it is, just for,
That'll be like
okay.
this very minute.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
see if we can see it.
or maybe you can edit.
Yeah, you
If
can't,
saw
you
the
can't make
hospital,
If you saw the hospital,
Shirati,
it's Shirati.
which is a couple miles away from Mount Everest.
But if you see a map of the hospital, you'll be able to
You
show us
should be
where
able
it is.
to, yeah, you should be able to zero in.
Oh, you want to look at satellite imagery?
Well, that just, I mean, just
Well, let's see.
sort of
Yeah,
puts,
that'd be-
puts a face on it.
that'd be-
Yeah.
What a thought.
Well, no, I remember looking for it.
That's the village.
How do you spell it?
Yeah, Shirati, S-H-I-R-A-T-I,
But you don't know the.
Tanzania.
Classes are, yeah.
Well, I must
The
have found
classroom
Shirati
can
because
be
I found the
moved,
hospital.
can it? I mean.
Yes.
I can't remember, it was a long time ago.
Okay. So directions.
Directions, okay.
Gotta get there from here. There it is.
Oh, so there's the Mennonite church and the hospital canteen. Okay. I think we have to go out a little bit to get to Nyamgongo.
Okay.
I don't know
So
if you could try actually typing in Yamagongo.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Nchire.
there
Okay.
we go.
Yamagongo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to the north.
And zoom in.
Yes, please.
This is crazy.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, we're slowing down Google Maps.
Right.
Switch over to the satellite view, I suppose.
Yeah. So here.
Where did those roads go?
That looks like the,
To Shirati.
Yeah, those are,
that's the way.
Okay, so now let's see. Do you recognize anything? Jeez. I don't.
well, wait a second. So these are the,
Starbucks.
Yeah, there's the Starbucks, right? And there's the McDonald's.
The Starbucks across from Starbucks.
Yeah. And there's a four-way stop sign.
and then, so let's see.
I don't know, you will be familiar with it.
Unfortunately, those can't,
Maybe,
Google
can you go
Maps.
back to the hospital?
but you could take a picture of something like this and show the kids what their
Yeah,
school looks
yeah.
like from the air.
Because I think that if they drive to it, they'll know where it is.
Right.
Because that's what they do on the ground. Where's the hospital?
Somewhere
The
here.
hospital's in Shirati?
Yes.
The hospital's in Shirati.
I'm gonna switch back to
The school is,
there.
There's Shirati, and, okay, and then,
so you need to go up.
There's one road.
Isn't that like up at the top, above Yamagogo is the road where you turn right, isn't it? Isn't that
And
like-
it's actually not quite in the center of Yamagogo. We would be, maybe go up a little bit, let the arrow go down a little bit now, sorry.
Oh, sorry, the other way? Okay.
Let's see what's there, I don't know.
The Laura, isn't that the road where you turn right on that road?
Could it be
Above
this
where, the
here?
road above Yamagogo, where it said Yamagogo, there's a road. So
You gotta go back on.
No, they
Here.
don't have it.
Up further.
Here? Oh, further up.
where it says then.
That was Yamagongo.
This is the junction, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it might be over there, because
To the
there's
right.
that junction to the
Yeah,
right.
that's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
Oh, sorry, Peter.
Maybe here? Okay, I'll switch back
See what
to,
that looks like, because if we can see,
So I mean,
could,
maybe
could
it's
that be it?
Could be that.
a little bit to the, to the left,
oh,
or
yeah.
is it to the right, what do you think?
Look for
To
the
left?
administration.
Oh, it says something, what does it say up there? Looks like there's text on that square, or there's white,
Oh, the text would just be like copyright Google. and then-
oh.
There's a couple of buildings here.
This might be it, because
That's what I'm
this is, this, when, yeah, this
That
is
looks
it.
like it could
There's
be
a
the
building.
vacant school.
Two school buildings, but this is before, now we have a
You have
third
one
building
over on the
here,
side.
and the administration building is here, and that's the old,
Oh,
used to be the
yeah,
women's group thing. But I think this might be, it. And, is it,
That's used, yeah.
you know
These
what?
can be old photos. They can
I
be
think
years
it's an
old.
old photo.
Oh, they can,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause they don't
where-
update it all the time, so.
Google's not that good yet.
Where are the teachers?
Oh, look, because there's our tanks, the water tanks we built.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is, where's the teachers?
Is that the maximum,
I don't know, let's see.
You can take a photograph of that. Oh my goodness, look at that.
So it's.
Yeah, that's the max.
And that, isn't that the oven down there?
The
Yeah.
brick oven would be maybe right here.
No, I thought it was nearer,
Yeah,
no, closer,
Over
yeah,
down?
to your left.
Isn't that
No,
it?
that's right behind the building.
It's not right behind the
Oh,
building.
isn't that, I thought,
It's over here somewhere.
I thought it was that close.
No.
It's not, they built a brick.
This is the thing that has the tractor underneath it,
Oh,
the broken tractor
The broken tractor.
that never worked.
So so the administration building is
Right here.
there, and then there's another bank of classrooms across
Back
there.
here.
And then where are the teacher
the teacher's house.
residences?
The teacher's house, that's it, over there.
and the buildings, are they pre-existing classrooms?
No, we built them all.
Well, the building's right there now.
Yeah,
We built them in 2000, started building them in 2006.
No, but the buildings that we do see, are they classrooms?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
you just built more classrooms that aren't there yet,
Right.
plus an administration building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how long those buildings are, just to get a scale?
we could get that.
Well, you say there's a tractor under the little rectangle,
Yeah,
Right.
so that's maybe 10, 15 feet.
yeah, I'm thinking there are 3 classrooms in each building, and there's probably, I don't know, not more than 20 feet
Yeah, you're looking about
long, so
80
it's maybe,
maybe.
yeah.
I'd say 80.
So it's 80 feet of DC one. Is that-
Well, and the computers were in this classroom.
Well, so that'd be close to the administration.
Yeah, the first building.
If they're using that one,
Yeah, who knows which.
but I
Yeah,
mean,
you can.
they can put them in any classroom.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, isn't that something?
So the questions that if you could get answered is, what's the relationship between the classroom and the solar system? By relationship, I mean, is there a wire between the two? And is that wire conducting electricity? And if it is conducting electricity, is it conducting AC?
There's not a
There's
line.
there's no wire.
They haven't installed it.
There's only, the only thing that we have is solar electricity, and what building is that in?
The administration.
So I'll go ahead and,
There was
start
solar
the broadcast,
already there.
then you can sort out the questions here after this.
Sorry?
Here's a-
So there's no electricity in any building except the administration building?
No,
There's
there's
solar,
solar,
there
there
was
is
solar.
solar.